More ukulele. Let's get this done. We are going to be playing the Hannukah medley that I arranged last week and never got to. And so we're going to do that. Let me run over to the website and post a link to our fun activity here today. The website, jollyrogerukulele.com. Enough sheet music to shake a stick at. And I don't know why you'd shake a stick at it, but you could. And then instructional material, all sorts of just more ukulele stuff than you could ever possibly imagine. In addition to guitar, and harmonica of all things. And so we've got a lot of stuff going on at jollyrogerukulele.com, and you should go there and pick up everything. Just borrow, take everything. Okay, there's that ukulele. Let me make sure that the link is working properly. While that's reloading, I will tweet this, https://jollyrogerukulele.com. All right, tweet. All right, there's that. We're running just a tiny bit behind today. I don't know. I guess it's more or less my normal time. So we can get rid of Twitter now. And here we go. All right, let's find out who's rolling into the building. Lynn is here. Yes, I did see CBS Sunday morning. I was going to chat about that with y'all. Yes, I did. I saw that. Elizabeth is in. Sound is good. Chris is here. Linda is back in. I know, running behind on the link. Sorry. I think Google apparently had a shutdown completely this morning, and YouTube is going. It's going fine so far, except that when sometimes it's having a hard time loading the initial login screen. So I don't know what happened at Google. I can't imagine that Google could even go down. That's one of those things you're like, that's possible? Wow. I wouldn't think that would be possible. Hey, while you guys are getting set up, we're going to dig into that Hannukah medley today. So we're going to go through it's like 6 pages or some crazy amount of music on here. Pages. So let's get that out. We'll talk about how all of the different things, how it goes together. Kind of proud of it, actually. I think it's really a nice piece of music, in spite of the fact that most Hannukah music is not that great. We managed to find 6 tunes that were pretty solid melodies, and so we're going to work on that today. Vic, good morning. Sunny, Eugene. The sun came out in Eugene. That's exciting. Patricia is in today. Linda made it in from British Columbia. Diane is here. Countdown to Christmas. Yes, that's right. We're official. You know how I said we need to start it right after Halloween, and you guys were like, I don't think I'm ready for that. And now you're like, God, I wish I had more time to work on it before Christmas gets here. Evelyn is in from Ecuador. Linda is in. She's local. Vicky's in from Bozeman. 30 degrees with no snow. Yay! Right? We're 30 degrees here, but it's not snowing. It's supposed to snow. I think it's supposed to snow a little bit tonight. Let's see. Chris, can't believe Jose F is 75. He did, and he sounded amazing. So I want to talk about that CBS thing, and NPR did a thing on him as well. So I think every year maybe they do something on him. I don't know, but he's 75 this year, so that's good. Pauline, welcome in. Rita in from Illinois. Sandy's in from Michigan. Marianne from Michigan as well. Another week of holiday. It's wonderful. Yay. Happy Monday. Annie's in, Red is here, and Clay is here. All right, guys. So we're going to tackle the Hannukah medley. We still got the rest of the week of Hannukah. Hannukah, you don't have to rush around for it. Even Jewish people are like, yeah, it's an okay holiday. It's not on our big deal list, right? It's a little bit like in England, 12th night is actually kind of a big deal, but in the United States we don't even know what it is. We're not even sure what it is, let alone when it is. Jacqueline's in. Hey, Critter in from Utah. So Hannukah is kind of one of the lower level things. So want to talk about that. So make sure you're pulling up Hannukah Medley. We're going to go through the 6 pages of it. It's actually very pretty once you get it all onto paper. Kids love Hannukah because it's 8 days. You get something every 8 days, right? And go in, put the thing on, say a little prayer, light the candle, go on. Get you, open up your pencil set or whatever, and then off you go. So good morning, Ronnie, in from New Mexico. In addition to the Hannukah medley, I posted for your viewing pleasure the Away in the Manger medley, and we will probably be working on that tomorrow. So it's the more Catholic version and the more Protestant version. I stuck them together, and so I left the original one up there, which is the one that is the newer one, Away in the Manger. And then the Away in the Manger medley includes the way I used to teach it. So for about 5 years, or maybe even more than that, I was teaching, well, it had to be more than that, 10 years, I was teaching Away in the Manger the way we sang it in my church back when I was a little kid. And then one day, 2 years ago, I think, one of the students in class says, "This isn't how Away in the Manger goes." So I went back to ever beloved Wikipedia, and Away in the Manger has been sung lots of different ways, but generally speaking, the Catholics have it in their book one way, and the Protestants have it in their book a different way, completely different melodies. And so now in the Away in the Manger medley, stuck them together. And I left the beginning part the way we've been playing it, and then I stuck on the back part the way that I used to play it, and I think it's delightful. So you have that. And then in the previous hour, we dug into Here Comes Santa Claus. I'm not going to put an asterisk on that. That's a pretty challenging piece. So at some point this week, we will probably play that in this class as well. It's not challenging chord-wise. It's not challenging melody-wise. The minute you put the two together, it gets real challenging real quick. It's the kind of piece where you really want to have a strap on your ukulele because it's going to be hard to hold on to your instrument. So this week, we will be doing Hannukah medley today. We will be working on Away in the Manger. We'll probably work on Here Comes Santa Claus. Tonight, remember those of you guys that are subscribed to the website, we have our members final Monday night get-together. And you guys know that music is hard. So after this class, I'm going to have to sit down and play through all of it and see if I can figure out how to play it myself. And so that's going on. And other things that are going on, after this week, the next 2 weeks, I'm intending on just taking it off. Now, I need you to send me emails if you're like, hey, if I don't get to come to ukulele class every day, I'm going to join a gang and I'm going to start smoking. So let me know if dismal things are going to happen to you. But what I'm hoping you use, next week is Christmas week, and I'm hoping you use that as a time just to play the songs that you have in your book. Just enjoy it every day. Just enjoy playing the music right before you go to bed, not pull out and play a handful of songs. We got, 30 songs on this website, plus, I don't know, another 10 or 12 on the other on the members section. So you got more than enough music. And I would love to just send me an email saying, hey, I played today, and it was delightful, and thank you, and blah, 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 or whatever. But so I'm not intending on holding classes next week or the week after, but I will. But we could do something, I suppose, if you guys said, hey, I really want to do something, and as long as I don't have to prepare anything for it, because what I want to do for the next 2 weeks is prepare stuff for January, and I think we're going to make January pretty heavy on Beatles, and so for those of you who don't know, the Beatles are a group, a music group from the olden times, and they are apparently popular, back in the day. And so we're going to do a few tunes, spend a little bit of time digging into some Beatles stuff off the top of the year. Let's see. Kat made it in. Good to see you, Kat. Renee, Christine. There. Bozeman has arrived. So let's play. Finally, the other day, one of the Twitter accounts I follow tweeted this on eBay. So I went and I bought it. Now I own almost all these old ones. I own a copy of almost all the old ones that are well known. I had not seen this one. If you don't know, May Sing Breen, May Sinjibrine, I'm not sure how she pronounced her name, was a huge ukulele advocate back in the early 20th century. And she was always fighting the higher universities to get them to recognize ukulele. And they're like, no, it's a toy. And then after many years of her lobbying, they finally did accept it, but then they never did anything with it. But oddly, her name appears the most of anybody's name on sheet music on the front page, because she's the one who wrote all of the ukulele chords out for the songs. And so when they were finished a song on Tin Pan Alley, they'd send it over to her and she'd write in all the ukulele chords and then she'd send it back. And so they would credit her on these. And so the ukulele arranger is the one who appeared on the most sheet music. And she wrote and edited the foreword to this one. Now, a lot of these old books, this is how we used to do ukulele and how we should still be doing it today. You had just the notes and the chords, and then you played. And that's called lead sheet, or it's called lead sheet and notation, where you get just the notes and the chords, and then you play from them. And one way, first you pick out the melody, then you go make sure you know all the chords, and then you put them together in a chord melody arrangement. And so what I have decided, because I have lots and lots of this stuff, is to give us a track where we start doing a little bit of that. That will get your standard notation reading better. That will get your melody playing better. It will also give you an opportunity to start thinking about how you would take the melody and put chords in with it. And so we're going to start messing around with a little bit of that. My favorite book that I have, 1910, one of the very earliest books like this. They have chord melody arranged in there, and they would put these great big long chord charts, and then with the dots on them. And so they would, if it was to be played on the 10th fret, they'd show all 10 frets and then a few dots down here. And the arrangements are delightful. And I'm wrong, but they're very interesting, or at least wrong to my modern ear. So that's something we're going to be working on. And again, trying to get you where you can play everything in any possible way with whatever you got. Because if I can make you really strong, the fact that we use this is delightful, right? This is the best instrument. But being able to just understand how all music works, it's very, very, when I could get any instrument, somebody could walk up to me and hand me any instrument, and with a few hours of work, I could get a tune out of it, because I understand how music works, and I want you to be in that same place where, okay, these dots show up on this place on this instrument, and then this instrument does chords. So if we did take the main dots plus some other notes, we'll end up with chord melody, and then we're tough uke or tough whatever it is, tough balalaika, and then you can play, and then you can play with other people as well. That's the other thing that goes along. So that's me blathering on till 1:18. Goodness sakes, Gary, how about just playing? Yeah, it's fascinating, and I as all of you guys know, I definitely am not against standard notation. I'm just very clear you do not need to know it in order to play ukulele. But there is some advantage to understanding how standard notation works. It's definitely easiest to learn it on a piano. It is, because everything's in a row. But we should know a little bit about it on this as well. So there are no good books for beginning music theory, especially as related to this. The music theory stuff that is out there is shockingly horrible for this instrument. And so I'm gonna write one. We're gonna do that in the spring. We're gonna write a decent music theory book that brings this in here. The music theory books, I've read a bunch of them, and I will tell you, if you don't already know what you're reading, they're worthless. They just, the terminology and the words, people in academia want to name sounds, and they want to put names on everything, and those names sometimes make sense and sometimes they don't make any sense at all. Like fermata. What is that word? This means slow down for a little bit. We're going to put this weird little symbol and call it a fermata. Well, all of a sudden, you're like, a very simple concept is now very confusing. And all of music theory has been done like that. And it's when you actually find out and you understand what music theory is, and then you go back and look at that stuff, you're like, oh yeah, makes perfect sense what they're doing here. But we're going to fix that. eBay. eBay is great for that stuff. All my old books that I have 100, not 100, yeah, probably 100 of them. Just these old books that they're awesome, right? Lots of songs we haven't heard of it before. Guys, we're going to play the Hannukah medley. First piece of the medley, measures 1 through 18 is called Sevivon, and which is a fancy name for dreidel. Let's grab a G minor chord, okay, and dun 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 dun. That's what we're going to be thinking about. Okay, so grab the melody or the chords or this tough uke, and I won't sing because the word. It turns out while Hanukkah is probably a super fun holiday, the guys who have written the lyrics for the words for the songs were not really killing it, and so these songs, the lyrics are sort of, but like a lot of Christmas tunes or holiday tunes. But let's just see how we do. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then G minor with the 5. Then you got eighth notes. Bum 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 bum. So you see what's going on in those first 4 majors. Bum 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 ba da 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 bum bum bum. Okay, so bum bum bum. Let's do that. Just those first 4 majors. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now go on to measure 5. You're going to grab your G minor again with your pinky, and then fast here. Okay, now the chords change. Go to your D chord bar in 5. Sevivon, and then the lower tone. Spin and turn. And then you go to your F chord with the 3. Pinky on 6. Drag it back, add your G minor on. That sounds very Jewish to me. I don't know what Jewish sounds like, but I guess maybe because it sounds a little like Fiddler on the Roof, I assume, well, that's how Jewish music sounds. But it just sounds really cool right at this moment. It sounds a little like Fiddler on the Roof. Doesn't that sound cool? It sounds very ethnic in some manner. And then go grab your measure 11-2-0-2. Bum, bum. So I probably just grab a D. Bum, 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 bum. And then G minor. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, bum, bum. And then F chord with the 3. Bum, bum, bum. Pinky on 6. Slide it back to 5 right away and put your G minor on. And then G minor. Grab the D chord again. Page 2. My little thing's gonna go. There it is. Bum, 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 bum. And then a nice bar chord of D. That's it. Okay. Now the 2-3 at the end is to lift you up into the next section. By the way, the next section is called Nerli, and it's I Have a Candle. Is fabulous. It's really, really a good piece of melody, and I love it. The first part of this is okay. Okay. So let's play from the top, whatever way you are finding useful. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry, let me start from there. That 6 blew me out. Let's go from measure 9. 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's that. I'm going to play it one more time. I think I can clean that up just a little bit. From the top, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Okay, so that's one complete song called Sevipon. And if any of you have any experience with any of these songs and you're like, that's not how it goes, you're absolutely encouraged to send it to me. On these old folk tunes, you go onto YouTube, you go onto the internet, you go look around for information. It's done 1,000 different ways, and so I'm trying to come up with a way that seems like the most regular-ish way to do it. And oftentimes I'm just guessing chords type thing based on what I know about music, and so I think that's pretty close to about how it would go. Now, next up is Nearly. This is the one section I just think of all of these songs, like, my goodness, this has got a great melody. So the pickup into 19 is 2, 3. Okay, you're coming from a G minor into a G major. So the feeling is going to get much happier, much less dark and folk music-y, and turn into sort of like a very happy little tune. Okay, so grab your G chord here, bum, bum, and then, oh, I have a canada dun. Okay, dun, 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 dun. Back to G chord with the pinky. Dun, dun, D7. 2, 0, 3. G chord, 3. G chord, 3, 5, 7. G chord with a 5. 2, D7. Isn't that nice? Get the G chord, bum, and then you're gonna go 7, 9, 10 with the bar, and then this is a little bit of a mess, but just be patient with it. It's gonna be 9, 10, and 11, and just the bottom 3 strings, and then slide back to 7 and strum all 4 strings. Isn't that pretty? So this part, I don't want you to hit the top string because this chord you're playing is really not cooperative with that top string. So just to play 3 strings at 9, and then 4 strings at 7. Okay, and that's really pretty. G chord with your pinky. Back to same thing again. And then that last note, the 5 in measure 30, is a pickup into the next one. I have a little dreidel. That's the one most of us who don't know nothing. That's the one song we might have heard. Adam Sandler's Hannukah song, and I Have a Dreidel. That's the 2 songs we've heard. Okay. So let's go through and play from 19 to 30, well, through 30. And let's do the pickup to 19. So I'll count in 3, and then we'll play 1, 2, 3. Okay, how's that? How's that feeling? Is that feeling like music? Beautiful, beautiful. I think that high part of this is like, that's why I want to play that song, right? Just really super happy about that. See, let's see. Where did you get that publication? Where'd you get that publication? This. Next is Francis. You're so right about music theory books. I already understand standard notation piano. Can't stand to study theory books. So I'm going to fix that, guys. Honestly, music theory is just a little bit of math, but they turn it into this complicated, nonsensical. I mean, I'll tell you, when I was playing E sharps on Chopin, I just about threw the piano through the wall. I mean, honestly, it is so dumb, the stuff that goes on in music theory. There's no reason for it. We'll get it straightened out. Yay, Jennifer. Nice. How exciting. Yeah. All 6 of these songs are legit, and they're all pretty nice. All right. I have a little dreidel that starts at measure 31. Thank you, Jennifer. That's exciting. Hopefully they're all at home playing their ukulele every night for the next 8 nights, right? That's the problem with Hannukah is 8 nights. You get your songs ready, play them for 8 nights, and then you put them in the box. At least Christmas lasts for a month and a half. All right, here we go. I have a little dreidel. This part's pretty straightforward, so we can just play through it. I'll do the pickup to measure 31. 1, 2, 3. That's the intro, right? And so most of us know that little tune, and now we know what happens. It gets very exciting. Let's do the pickup to 39. 1, 2. Okay, so and then that 2, 3, 1 is just a pickup into the next section. And that section is much faster than the previous 2 sections. So the previous 2 sections, you're running at 120, sort of normal pacing. And then when you get to dreidel, you got to pick up the pace. Otherwise, it's drag. So 160, so pretty fast through there. The faster you can play that, the better. Then next section, measure 47. This is a song I did not know at all. Hannukah, Hannukah, Festival of Lights. It's really pretty melody. I had never heard of this song until I started putting it together. And I'm like, how come nobody ever told me about this tune? Okay, so there's that. Okay, and then this slows back down. You can't play it this fast as the dreidel song. So 47, 1, 2, 3. 5, 10. 9, and then you got this crazy 7. If you can hit the 2 at the same time, that's going to be fabulous. If you can't do it, just play the 7. And then the whole thing repeats here at measure 51. Do that. Go. 53. Okay, looks scary, not too bad. Not bar on 9, F shape in front. That's all you're gonna do there. Bum 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 bum, and then one last time. Bum 5 7 9 10. That's it. Okay, so let's play through that one more time. Just that little bit of thing. I like it because it's best of Hannukah, Hannukah, best of all of lights. I love that part. Okay, all right, from the top. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry. Okay, pretty, right? Next note's a 3. Again, it's going to just pick you up into the next song called Oh Hannukah. And notice now you change keys as well. So you're busy playing along in G. Everything's going great. Everything feels happy. Now it's going to feel more serious. When you get to 55, you drop into G minor, okay? So I thought about putting this 3 on the other string, all that, because you're up here on 10. I mean, no, everything else is going to, the next thing's all way down there. So jump down, grab your G regular, regular G minor probably. Sometimes if I'm not going to play any ones, I might sometimes just grab my regular G because I feel more comfy with that. Okay, we hit the 3. Okay, and G minor. And then you've got to go to the 10 with the 12. This is one where, again, those of you with $50 ukuleles will notice a difference between that and your $350 ukulele. When you're barring 10 and you have a 12, and this comes up sometimes, it's like, it doesn't sound that great on my little cheapo ukulele. But just play. Whatever it sounds like is what it sounds like. Hannukah, oh, Hannukah, oh. Is what you're doing there. Okay, so let's do that. Hannukah, oh. And then light the menorah. Light the menorah. And then we repeat the same idea. Let's have a party. We'll dance to the hora. Okay, so that's so far that's kind of like it's not that great of a beginning of this, but it gets better here when we gather around. Hannukah, oh Hannukah, come light the menorah. Let's have a party. We'll dance. We'll all dance a hora. I Wikipedia'd hora just to make sure it's not what it's a dance. It's a dance. Hora. I didn't know that. All right, then 59, B flat. And then let's see how fun that sounds. You're coming into G minor, very sad, and then you hit this B flat, and all of a sudden it's going to feel major. F7 with the 3. Okay, that's just your E7 on with the index finger on 1. Boom, drops back into that sad feeling. Go back to 61. Same thing, happier sound. Okay, and then we go repeat that. No, this is a new section. Candles are burning. Candles are burning. Let's do that part. 6 6 7. And then 5 6 5 7. You guys are experts at that one at this point. B flat on 5. And that's a lot of the way the music flows is here, but you're just really singing. Candles are burning low. That's what you're supposed to do. Okay. So let's go from 64 again. Candles are burning. Whoops. No, I was singing the wrong thing. Candles are burning low. And then grab your G minor down at measure 63. And then keep forging ahead. I know this is that when you're first meeting it, you're like, I don't understand what's going on here. I don't either. 69, okay, G minor with your 5. Okay, so that section there, and you know how music, you go to the symphony and they have the happy section and then the sad section and then this happy section, and you're like, couldn't we just skip that sad section? This is the sad section. So let's go to let's just play through that section one more time. 50, how are we doing on time? Fine. 55, start at 55, we'll go slow. This is the sad section. This is the second movement. There's a fourth movement, right? 1, 2, 3. Okay, so I would put of all of the parts in there that I'm like, I kind of like those 667s or 0766s. I kind of like those, but it's sort of this moment where you're sort of coming out of sort of a happy feeling to get down to a little bit of a serious feeling. And it's supposed to be, let's have a party, we'll dance the horror, gather around the table, give you a treat. Well, I don't know, it's kind of a sad song for, kind of a serious sounding song for a little party. I don't know, maybe they party differently at Hannukah than I do. Then 73 is this song called Ma'ozo Tsur. I don't know exactly what it means. I've seen it translated as Rock of Ages, and so that's the lyrics you have. This one sounds like, I don't know. This one sounds a lot more Christmassy than it does Hannukah, in my feeling, or sounds kind of like a church song a little bit. So let's go through it, and then you'll see what's going on. Okay. So from 73, there will be a 2-beat pickup. 1, 2. So it's G, G, A minor, A minor. Do those 4 measures there again from 73. 1, 2, 3, 4. joyousness. See, you've gone from a minor feelings in 72, switching over back to the major feeling, and all of a sudden it feels very triumphant, right? So let's do that. Those four one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Dun 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 dun. dun. Right, it feels a little fishy. Right? Then we're going to go to major 77. You got a 5-7-6. So that's 5. The 6 is on top, so it's your G minor shape on 5 is what you're going to be doing there. Okay, so just those 3. And you could probably hit this top string. It probably wouldn't matter too much. But you're not supposed to. 6, 7, 5. And then 0, 0, 7. Then this is going to feel very triumphant. 9, bar 9, F shape in front. And then that high G, 7, 7, 10. Back to your G chord with your 5. And then do that 10, 12, 11 is 10, 10. It's your G minor shape on 10. Okay, play that. Blunt wear, and then the 9s and the 11, which sounds cool. And down to your 7s. Grab a 5, and then grab the 2 and the 5, and then a fast little down run. D chord. Okay, then it's all going to repeat here. Oh, no, it doesn't. I'm light. Just G chord 3, 5, 5, D7, 2020. G chord. G chord. Okay, so it feels a little churchy, right? So let's go from 73, play that section one more time, and then we will finish up with my favorite part. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oops, sorry. So it's got that kind of, almost like you're singing in a hymnal type feeling to it. Then we go back. That's the last little bit of that nearly to wrap it up to make you feel like you're bookending it a little bit. So from pick up to 80, pick up to 90, 1, 2. that's a lot of work. There's a lot of work there, but I think I like all of it except for that one, the sad piece right in the middle. The Hannukah part. I don't know why that's in minor, but the rest of it, I think there's enough in there melody wise to make it kind of fun, and it gives lots and lots of the same shapes over and over. I think probably my biggest weakness on this is I just don't know the tunes well enough, but that's easily remedied by listening to the MP3s, and so that's 6 pages of music that you could turn into something really pretty, or do what Jennifer does and just go give it to all of your children, right? They don't care what the melodies are. They just want to play ukulele. So that's it. That's what I know for today. Tonight we have orchestra. Remember, you are staying up with the entire list of 29 pieces that we have on the front page. We will play, of course, on Friday will be our last Friday concert for a couple weeks. And so you want to be playing as strong as you can at that point. So dig in, don't be shy. Get that music out, get the ukulele out. Okay, got a week to get yourself in the best shape you can to play. And I think that's what I know. Do a random act of kindness if you can. Be safe. Practice a little bit. Keep showing up. And like and subscribe. And then, of course, if you haven't become a member of the Jolly Roger subscribe to the Jolly Roger website, you really ought to do that. We got 200 and some pieces of music in there now, and it's all good. All of it's good, right? So you should be giving yourself the opportunity to play everything. And so also, if you have any thoughts on your break, on our couple-week break, about how you want to best handle that, I think the best thing you could do for yourself is just enjoy 2 weeks, just live your life, right? I will get started on a music theory for ukulele book, and it will be unlike all those other ridiculous music theory things that you have purchased over your lifetimes, and we'll make it a good one. All right. All right. Who's leaving out? Patty, see you tonight. Absolutely. Ronnie. Okay. Have a wonderful day. Jackie, it's good to see you. Barbara, see you tonight. Kat, you're welcome. Pauline, lovely. Maybe you might be able to play it. Right? Nice. They're just fun songs. Elizabeth, you bet. Lynn, see you tomorrow, Lynn. Take care. Chris, good to see you. Sandy. I had some eggnog last night. I love eggnog. Be there or be square. You're kind of square, Red. You're already set. You're set either way. Fran, I'll see you tonight. Critter, good to see you later. Pulling the plug. You guys have a wonderful afternoon.